Hi, we're Russell and Amanda. Normally you'll find us exploring the breathtaking landscapes of New Zealand in our trusty Heimer camper. But this time we've taken things up a notch and ticked off a big bucket list dream. We've flown across the world to the UK and now road tripping through Ireland in a hired campervan. Right now we're following the legendary Wild Atlantic Way, a coastal route known for jaw-dropping views, rugged cliffs, charming little towns tucked away off the beaten track. Along the way, we're making our way around the beautiful Dingle Peninsula, uncovering some of its hidden gems. Some of these roads are very narrow, which isn't good for the health of the person sitting in the passenger seat. Along the way, we find some great places to park up beside the beach before we carry on up the coast and over the Shannon River by ferry, and stop for the night in the coastal town of Kilkee. We're just cruising and welcome you along for the ride.
We're just leaving Slea. It's a wee little town in the edge of County Kerry, and we've had a nice 2 nights here at a motorhome here that someone's made, which has had all the facilities that we needed. So thank you, Slea. I had a swim in the river here. It got quite warm, and we've been very fortunate with the weather so far. We're seeing Ireland at its best.
So we're going a little over 100k today, not very far. We're going to stop off at Slea on the way to Dingle, where we've got a motorhome here that hopefully is there and we can stay at. Having driven around as far as Dingle, you probably wonder why I didn't carry on around the popular Ringa-Kerry route that people go. I've heard it's a narrow road, and according to the internet the buses go anti-clockwise, so we thought we'd keep away from the crowds and check out another peninsula. We've just come up to a lake on the side of the road, so if you've got a chance to stop here, there's a little pullover area which you don't often get, and I'll go and have a look at it. Quite a few people here fishing by the looks of it.
Lake Barfinihi. Barfinihi. Barfinihi.
We're really quite lucky in New Zealand with regards to fishing in lakes and rivers because our fishing licence covers most of them. Over here you've got to purchase off the private landowner, join a club, or buy it from the local fishing shop for the area. Anyway, these people seem to be enjoying their day out on the side of the lake, but we've got to move along. The scenery over the pass was magnificent. As we rolled into the Killarney National Park, we got into more bush. Just stop in again. We're at the start of the Killarney National Park, and there's a bit of a viewpoint here over the lake. So, how's that for a stunning view? We're going to carry on driving down the valley here to Loch Lene, which is in the distance. But first, we've got to wait for these cars going through the hole in the rock.
Just pulled in on the roadside, and it's the Killarney National Park. Canoeing is permitted by permit only, so you obviously can get there. There's a few more pull-in spots, which is good.
As we drove around the lake further, we stumbled upon Muckross House, so why not take the opportunity to go and have a look, see what it's like. We're at what they call Muckross House, I believe, if I got the pronunciation right, and we're not quite sure about the home yet. We're going to go and have a look, but quite good they've got this camper van park in here, so that's perfect, somewhere to park up.
And some jaunting cars for hire in the National Park.
There we are.
That's the house down here then, is it?
Pretty nice big gardens though to come and have a picnic.
Yeah, that's right, beautiful.
Lots of car
Had our
parking.
lunch. Yeah, that's right.
animals and things you can go and see.
Yeah.
Go down and have a look at this monument. This must be the jaunting car rides, or horse and buggy rides I would have said in New Zealand. But we're not wanting to do that. We want to have a look through the house while we're here. It would certainly be a great way to see around the grounds. This horse is on his coffee break. Our New Zealand Heritage Pass won't let us into this one, so we'll just have to pay the euros to get in.
Stone building, that's the old stable, the horse stable. Yeah.
Welcome to Muckross House, one of Ireland's finest Victorian mansions. It was built in 1843 for Henry Arthur Herbert and his wife Mary Balfour, and later became famous for hosting Queen Victoria in her visit to Killarney in 1861. Over the years the estate changed hands, and in 1932 it was gifted to the Irish people, forming the foundation of Killarney National Park, Ireland's very first national park. Today Muckross House serves as both a museum and a cultural treasure, offering visitors a glimpse of the 19th century life with period furnishings, artwork and beautifully preserved rooms. Beyond the house, its gardens, farm and lakeside setting make it one of the most visited heritage sites in the country.
Well, that was a pretty good stroll through the house. The grounds are just magnificent. They're very large. Just a wee way out of town, so nobody's nibbled into the land. All leading down to the lake.
We were on our way to Dingle last night, but we didn't quite make it. We got a bit tired, so we were driving through Blennerville and we saw a whole lot of campervans parked up, so it was a car park, and we stayed there the night. We met some lovely Irish people this morning, had a nice chat with them.
There wasn't a lot here at Blennerville, but there was a windmill just across from us that I had to wander over to. We had a pleasant sleep there for the night. We're going to head over now to Dingle.
After taking in the panoramic views of Dingle Peninsula hills, we shortly arrived in the township of Dingle, which was a recommended stop by many people. The colourful buildings stood out along the harbour front, with a buzz of visitors strolling the streets. For us, the town was on the touristy side, with many pubs, jewellery, food and tourist-type shops. While some might love this atmosphere, parking up for the night alongside the town didn't look a sensible option for us. Of course, we would not be ourselves if we did not hunt out a quaint coffee shop before continuing our journey. Anyway, this gave us good reason to have to stroll round the town. It didn't take long to stumble upon the Bean and Dingle coffee shop on Green Street, which had its own roast of El Salvador coffee, which was an outstanding blend for coffee lovers. We also noticed a visitor brochure for the Dingle Oceanworld Aquarium, which was only a short walk along the waterfront, so we decided to check it out. Dingle Oceanworld was officially opened by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dick Spring, on Friday, May the 3rd, 1996. It turns out Dingle is the location of Ireland's largest aquarium. Inside you can explore fascinating marine life, from playful penguins and otters to sharks, rays, turtles and exotic fish from around the world. The aquarium also showcases Ireland's own coastal species, giving you a deeper appreciation of the waters surrounding the Dingle Peninsula. There is no doubt that Dingle is a great town to visit, but the aquarium was the standout attraction for us.
And just for fun, the aquarium had a butterfly house which we could wander through before we left. It's a pretty cool experience, but we've got to get back on the road again and explore this Dingle Peninsula. So we're going to do this loop circuit around the Dingle Peninsula. On checking Google, they say it's one of the most breathtaking coastal routes in Ireland. Winding along the edge of the Dingle Peninsula, it offers sweeping views of the Atlantic, the Basket Islands and dramatic cliffs that plunge into the sea, making Slea a drive a must visit for Ireland's wild Atlantic way. Let's see if it lives up to its hype. Just stopped at the beehive huts. I'm going to stop at a few places around this ring road and get as many shots as I can before we arrive to our place where we're hopefully staying for the night. You can just see the beehive huts there above where the camper's parked up, which is actually called Cashel Murphy, which had several beehive huts inside, but the roof has now been lost, but you can still go up and have a look. The date 3200 BC just blows my mind away.
These stone dwellings date back over 1,000 years, built without mortar, yet still standing strong against Atlantic winds. Once a defended farmstead, Cashel Murphy gives us a glimpse into the early Irish life, where families lived, worked and sought shelter in this dramatic landscape. Visiting today, you can walk among these timeless huts and feel the deep history of Ireland all around you.
From here, let's just say the road got a whole lot more interesting, down to a single lane. But it wasn't a long stretch of road and we didn't meet too much traffic, which was all good. While the views were spectacular, Amanda was rather quiet. Either she was enjoying the views as well, or rather nervous that I'd go over the edge. This is Slea Head coming up, and if Amanda needs some divine intervention, there it is on the corner for her. Down there out the way there. There's a couple of car parks along here we want to check out to stay for the night. The one in the distance there was full when we got to it, so a bit further along the road we found a nice wee beach with a small park area with some spare spaces.
Cheer out tonight.
Ah.
I'll do it.
Want your cheer out?
I think so.
Okay. Cracker spot. Watching the sea here, just magnificent. There's some big waves coming through. Take you outside and show you. And it's got the nibbles out. There's Amanda with the nibbles. There's no swimming sign there, which is for obvious reasons. Like a washing machine out there. I think it's about high tide now actually. You might notice a wee V-dub parked up beside us, and this is a Scottish gentleman called Graham who gave us a few of his holiday locations in the area and also told us a little bit about Scotland and where we could stay coming up. He actually determined our direction and suggested that we go up over on the ferry to carry on up the west coast of Ireland before going inland. This is only a one night stand. We're heading away again tomorrow morning and carrying on up the Wild Atlantic Way. It was just a fabulous place to stay for the night really, just looking out on the waves until the night set in.
We left the Dingle Peninsula this morning in a bit of sort of drizzly, murky sort of rain, but we've come on down to Talbot where we're going to catch a ferry and the sun's just about out, so we don't know how it works. It's just a small ferry, we think, and we're about to join the queue.
At this stage of the journey, we're really enjoying the Republic of Ireland, which is of course part of Europe. Our insurance for our camper van is paid up for 10 days while we're here. We're paying an extra £10 a day because we're out of the UK. And we're going to extend it for another 5 days so we can take our time until we get up to Northern Ireland. And of course, we're keeping off the main highways, main motorways, and just taking the small roads. So it means the odd ferry every now and then. It just makes the trip more interesting, really. But this has resulted in taking longer, going up through the Republic of Ireland. Just make sure you leave enough time to travel around this country on these little narrow roads, because it does take longer than you expect.
Well, we're the first on, so there we are in front of us is a big green thing. We can't see out that much. 25?
Should be 44. I'll put you down in the van instead of the camera.
Oh, well done, thank you. Is that working?
Yeah.
There we are. How much was that?
25, it would have been 34 as a camper.
25 euros, say.
50.
I think it was 35 for a camper, normally. So we got on as a smaller van, I think.
Well, actually, we're on a very famous Irish river, the Shannon River. So it's quite wide. It's just a car ferry, a bit like going over at Aipua or Rawini in the north. But pretty easy to get on and hopefully get off.
Looks like we're heading over there. So it's a 15-minute ride, so we should be there about 10 to 4, and hopefully at our park up for the night about 5 o'clock. Got an idea where to go over here for a night. Another car park, of course.
We've just arrived in Kilkee and it's got a big carver at the front here. And we've just seen there's a market day, so we're going to have a wander and see what we can see. People in swimming.
We had a bit of a stroll around the town. Amanda wandered up and had a look at the market, but it was getting on in the day. And by the time we got there, they were starting to take the market down. Nothing really to see too much, so we thought we'd carry on and have a look along the coastline a bit at a car park we've been told about. Seemingly it's got quite good views over the cliff and out to sea. There was no one staying at the car park by this time of the night, and it would have probably been a great place to be, but it so happened that the weather was a bit on the windy side. The van was shaking round a bit. We did hang around and have a look over the cliff and look at the sights for about an hour or so, waiting for the wind to drop down, but unfortunately it didn't. So we had to find an alternative place to stay.
We stayed here in town because when we were up the hill last night and went to go to bed, it blew and it blew. So we thought we would come down here to town where it's more sheltered, and we were right. There was about 4 other campers here, so it was worthwhile staying here, I think, rather than getting blown apart on the hill for the night.
We're just leaving Kilkee. The houses are all on the hill overlooking the sea, and doesn't actually look that small. The Wild Atlantic Way comes through here, so I imagine it's boosted its tourism. As Russell says, there was 3 or 4 other campers there last night, which probably never would have been, and we probably wouldn't have come through here either.
Having that breakfast check, we pulled out the car park and just coming into a nice wee town here, so we'll see if we can find a place to stop. There's a shop there, you can see.
Picnic table.
Perfect place to have breakfast.
Yeah, perfect. Village Point is just down there.
N67, Ennistimon Road.
What did you buy? It was a
Fridge magnet. Not a fancy one, but it's got the wee map of where you start and where you end. Cork, Kinsale, right up to Donegal. Pretty nice view here though.
It intrigued me what this monument was along the road, so I took a walk. It turned out to be a very holy Catholic site with St. Brigid's well. Anyway, they said I was very welcome to go and have a look. I have blurred the video a little bit.
You want to do trekking with me in the morning? I'll show you.
It's quite amazing how many photos they had of people packed onto these walls.
Don't know whether I'm feeling that easy about being in there, even with the camera, out of respect. A lot of people, a lot of memories that have come here and had a place to post a picture of their loved ones. So, not really religious myself, but nice that others can have a place like this.
It's on the road again. I have to say we didn't go into the Cliffs of Moher because there was a rows of buses and cars there, not to mention quite a large charge to use the car park.
This is what they call Corkscrew Hill. Man loves these roads like this, Corkscrew Hill.
It's not too bad. Slightly like the Crown Range with a whole lot of S-bends going round, but see the bottom and the sea out there. And of course I have Master Driver with me, so everything is okay.
Players along the side of the road's quite nice.
Yeah. There's a mirror.
So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll be making our way up to Donegal in the next episode with lots more to see. We haven't really planned our stops. We're just basically going by the seat of our pants and stopping where we see fit. This is a small little abbey that we got told you could stay in the car park. It's very peaceful up here and we just need a quiet place to sleep for the night before we continue our adventure. If you enjoyed the video, could you give us a thumbs up? Just helps spread the word, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. See ya.